The newest generation of mountain sleds has become a reality, and what manufacturers have to offer you for 2016 is quite simply incredible, and possibly just a little bit unbelievable. Polaris continues to lead the pack in the weight category, and for 2016 has not only shaved off weight, but done it without sacrificing any strength or rigidity, and managed to increase the potential of the sled exponentially. While I do agree that weight isn't everything, the truth is, Polaris seems to have all the other aspects of a great mountain sled figured out as well, meaning that the weight is just an added benefit to an already exceptional mountain climber. This is the 163-inch RMK LE Special Edition for SnowCheck, and it features the all-new for 2016 3-inch lug that is not just potent on the mountains. This beast is the monster that's hunting all other competition. Does 3-inch mean you're now an instant rock star? No. In fact, for most, the 3-inch lug will get you places you don't need to be, or soon realize you shouldn't be. So by no means is this a first choice for the entry-level rider. But when put to the hands of those who know how to shred the POW and truly require more forward grip, especially in deep snow, a 3-inch lug linked to the legendary RMK platform will take you to heights you never thought possible. While the 163 3-inch lug sled I'm riding today does not weigh in at the mind-boggling 409 pounds that the 155 Pro RMK does, this sled is still very nimble, very light, and inspires confidence anytime you're throwing it around on the mountain. And when you're in the mountains at 8,500 feet altitude, staring down a nearly vertical chute, and the options are make it or break it, you'd better have a lot of confidence in your sled and its abilities. With the integration of the Axis front end, the maneuverability has been increased, as has the ability to make this sled stick to a side hill. Because the bodywork is so minimal and the suspension sticks out so dramatically, you can literally lay the sled on its side and not worry about the dreaded paneling out that other designs suffer from. If you think that I'm just a brochure for this new Polaris Axis Pro RMK, you need to ask the guy beside you to give you a firm slap upside the head, because even I was skeptical about the benefits of this snowmobile prior to doing this test ride. When you lay this sled on its side, it truly holds a line. You don't have to struggle to hold on to a clean line. You don't feel the rear track starting to drop downhill when your body panels rob flotation and take the weight off the rails. You just stick, quite literally. And as long as you're putting your eyes on the prize and keeping the throttle input proper for the conditions, you're going where you set out to, period. One of the most noticeable areas of improvements on the 2016 RMK is the HO motor under the hood. We knew how it felt out on the trails, but who knew just how good it would feel on the mountain? Well, for one, Polaris did, and man, they must have been biting their tongues last season with anticipation for when this rocket hit the vert. There is nothing in the industry that spools like this. Yes, the weight reduction of the entire sled helps, and so does the 2.5 pounds of weight that was pulled from the crank. But add to this the factory V-Force reeds, 3-stage electronic exhaust valves, and electronic oil pump, and you not only have a sled that lifts like Victoria's Secret, you've got an engine package that's efficient at doing it, and will be there for the long haul. Durability has always been an important factor for Polaris in their RMKs, and for 2016 with the new overhaul they haven't forgotten about that, as chassis rigidity and strength are still way up. But what about the motor? Because they opted for an electronic oil pump, the motor is getting the proper amount of oil to keep the HO clean, but still properly lubed. And with the all-new grooved piston, the skirt is actually able to grab oil and pull it up the cylinder walls to encourage a steady wash of oil, resulting in increased reliability, increased power to weight, and reduced inertia. So, the question is, am I being too kind to Polaris about this new sled? And the truthful answer is absolutely not. And if you haven't ridden one of these 2016 Polaris RMKs, you need to keep your mouth shut and your Facebook opinion to yourself. If you're comparing this sled to a previous version of the RMK, it's just not a fair fight. And keep in mind, even if you are coming to the table with ride experience on a 2015 RMK, it's nothing like the 2016. It's worlds of different and incredibly better. I've thrashed it, bashed it, jumped it, and stumped it. I've held it wide open longer than I should on poles steeper than a sled should climb. I've side-hilled across make-it-or-break-it chasms and dropped into unforgivingly treed chutes. And at the end of the day, my opinion is more than just words. It's experience. And that's why I can say without any worry of criticism that the 2016 Polaris RMK is the sled that I'll be picking when the slopes get steep and the side hill lines look impossible, because Polaris seems to have done the impossible, and they call it the RMK.
If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more content from SnowTrax TV, click the like button and subscribe to the SnowTrax TV YouTube channel.